For starters, I watched Once Upon a Studio, the short film Disney made for their 100th anniversary, which is honestly really amazing. The way they make all the different 2D and 3D styles of animation blend in live action is so creative, and all the interactions between the characters are all so likable. The elevator gag with the sloth in Zootopia was really nice. Moana trying to get water for Flounder was really cute. Ralph calling Mickey Garfield was really funny for some reason. Oswald being called Old Timer was so amazing and respectful considering he was Walt's first actual character before Mickey. And Hans getting frozen was so funny. Free my guy, let him be in the picture. And using old audio clips from the original voice actors was absolutely amazing. I'm so glad they went that route instead of using AI or something. Like hearing Never Before Heard Robin Williams dialogue was so amazing and so respectful considering his history. In fact, the whole short is respectful of history, not only of voice actors, but of the Disney studio. I've made a fair point in some of my videos that corporate Disney kinda really sucks, but creative Disney is amazing, to be honest. They've made masterpieces like Lilo and Stitch, Moana, Encanto, Frozen, Beauty and the Beast, and some classic films that people still enjoy to this day. And if corporate Disney made this short, Chicken Little and obscure characters like the Robinson Family, Jim Hawkins, or whatever that blob from Strange World was, would not be here. Those characters would not be here because they performed bad at the box office or didn't get as much attention as we wanted. But this is a celebration of the good, the bad, the bombs, and the successes of Disney, which just makes it even better. Kinda shocked this didn't get a Best Animated nominee last year for the shorts, but it's still fantastic and amazing, nominee or not. And while on the topic of Disney's 100th anniversary, Wish. Yeah. I've liked some recent Disney movies, I've disliked some recent Disney movies, and I thought a lot of them were just kinda but this movie just genuinely didn't make me feel anything. There was no character, even though the animations was Disney's, I guess, attempt to be twerky like Spider-Verse, but it didn't really do that. The music felt like it was trying to be top 50 pop music, especially, this is the thanks I get, which is Disney's first real villain song since Shiny, and it doesn't even feel like a villain song. Like, how do you guys do that? And Chris Pine is a great voice actor, and he's a great singer, and his villainous moments in this movie are the little best parts of his character and the best parts of the movie. When the camera does that little, like, turn thing, I actually love that, even if it is done a bit too much. So why not give him some actual villainous music? And when he gets possessed by the dark magic or whatever it is that happens, I don't know if it's the dark hold or whatever, he basically becomes a threat that he's trying to protect his people from. It doesn't make any sense. You could apply the Oogway logic here. One takes the path to avoid the whatever. But I doubt Disney can think as much as DreamWorks. It's so bland and generic, and this is how they celebrate their century of film. Asha is kind of fun as a protagonist, but she just feels like a revamp of lol, I'm so quirky. And Disney's had this type of character for a while. Lilo, Anna, Mirabel, and Moana all kind of fall into this protagonist type, but they all have unique personality, traits, and love's an open door, and beliefs that carry throughout their respective films, on top of also just being really good movies. That stupid goat though, oh my god, it was so annoying. The quirky animal sidekick just needs to go on, like,
my butt found it.
shut up, bro. The star was kind of cute, but it reminded me way too much of Sandman and Rise of the Guardians. And it looks exactly like a Luma. Let's just be for real. They own Nintendo money. Like, come on. I wish the... I didn't even mean for it to be a joke. Oh my god. I wish that the star also had like the slightest amount of creativity with its magic. Like, it makes plants and animals talk. That's literally like all it does. Oh wait, there's more. It also makes Asha a fairy godmother. Wow. Shut up. Just shut up. All the cheeky references in this feel like the corporate version of what Once Upon a Studio was. So it's just Disney paying quote-unquote respect to what they're known for. The cheeky references in the end literally had me rolling my eyes like, don't do this now. You've done so good up to this point. Don't now. They have a guy named Peter who's definitely not dressed as Peter Pan. And he meets a girl who's definitely not just like Wendy who wants to fly. The goat definitely says that he doesn't want an animal society. That's not Zootopia. The fireworks at the end definitely don't make a Mickey head. See what I mean? It's just cheap and cheeky, and it's not good. When making a fantasy musical epic, what Disney is known for, they made this. I'm hoping Disney continues with more original ideas because I absolutely loved Encanto. And because I can't go through Frozen 8, a live action Moana 2, and Zootopia, Judy and the Drug Bust before this decade ends. But I also don't want to see more boring Disney movies like this one. And then I decided to rewatch the Lego Movie 2 for some reason. I don't really know why, since I just reviewed it in my Every Lego Movie Ranked video. And most of my thoughts from that review are still there, but I would probably say that the comedy in this movie isn't really that good. Like, it's still funny, but it felt like they were trying too hard or like over-explaining jokes. I don't know. Just didn't really feel that funny compared to some other movies I've seen, but overall it was still a pretty good film. Speaking of movies I've yapped about in recent videos, Wes Anderson's other movie, Moonrise Kingdom, is absolutely amazing. I talked about it a little bit in my Fantastic Mr. Fox video, and I could honestly do a whole video just like that about this movie. It's so amazing. He has such a way with telling stories and camera work, like probably one of the most talented directors. And I don't really know if he's my favorite because Greta Gerwig, Taika Waititi, and James Gunn are all definitely up there for favorite director, and Lord and Miller obviously as like a duo. But this movie is just so good. The way it's framed, the characters, the writing, the style of comedy, and the music, the score. Oh my gosh, the score is absolutely amazing. Like, if you like Fantastic Mr. Fox or what his short that won the Oscar this year, please watch this movie because it is so good. Oh my gosh, I love it. But then to clean my palate after watching Wish, I decided to watch the Muppet movie. And yeah, it's pretty great. I've loved the Muppets since I was a kid, and this movie is such a nostalgic blast to revisit. The music is great, the puppetry still holds up, the comedy is really weird. Honestly, like, it's really dated with like all the modern celebrity references. Though, I mean, it's not like people are gonna recognize Donald Glover in 40 years watching 2011 The Muppets, so I can't really blame them. But it honestly works really well with the tone of the film. The comedy does, at least. And the whole film is just really goofy and old-fashioned, and I absolutely adore it. I want to review every Muppet movie eventually and rank them against each other, so I'm going to keep this review a little brief for now. Rise of the Guardians is honestly one of DreamWorks' most underrated movies. I rewatched it for Easter this year, and yeah, 12 years later, it still holds up really well. The animation is absolutely incredible, especially the sand from Sandman is pitch black, but the snow and the ice from Jack Frost is absolutely incredible looking. This whole style and level of detail that went into this film is amazing. And speaking of Jack, his identity crisis is really moving. Seeing him finally remember who he is was really emotional, and it gives us a reason as to why the Man in the Moon chose him to be a guardian. And Chris Pine just gives an amazing performance as Jack. It's almost like he gave an amazing performance in Wish. And hey, maybe Disney does what DreamWorks doesn't, which is underutilize amazing voice actors. Yay! Honestly, he's probably like one of my top 10 favorite leading roles in a DreamWorks movie because he's so good. And the supporting cast is great too. Hugh Jackman as an Australian Easter Bunny is really cool, and his design of the boomerang just make it so much better. And seeing him grow to like Jack more as the movie goes on is really sweet, and their whole friendship is really nice. The Tooth Fairy doesn't really have a lot to do. I like her design and most of her jokes, but it feels like the writers were kind of tame with her. Maybe because some dudes just can't write women like Wes Anderson, but it's fine. Still, I really like her character, and Isla Fisher does a great job of voice acting. Sandman is really charming and has a lot of really good comedic moments, and Santa Claus is possibly the best version of Santa besides maybe the one in Klaus. I don't really know yet, but he's played by Alec Baldwin, somebody who shot someone on a movie set and killed them. Yay! All in all, this is just a really good fantasy movie that has some festive ties, both to Easter and to Christmas. Kinda wish that they made a sequel, but considering they made Megamind 2, don't make one now. Don't do it. Don't do it, please. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't really know what it is. I mean, I finished Walking Dead Season 3, but this is mainly a video about movies and a short film, but still. Honestly, yeah, that was about all that I... Oh, yeah, all three of you. Expect a video about the Planet of the Apes trilogy coming out within the next month. I'm tired, so I'm saying next month, not next week. I'm not forcing myself to do that crap.
Keep the name, I'm magnificent. I put the I in omnipotent. I'm passionate, I'm not petulant. Someone praise me for my benevolence. Just look.